welcome back to Belle's Library. I'm Heather if you're new here, and hello. We are going to be doing a new reading vlog, taking me along on my reading adventure, trying to figure out what themes and things that I like in books. So today we're also kind of combining it in with the book covered book club as well. So this week we are going to be doing a vlog reading a few books with illustrated covers. So if you haven't gone over to Caitlin's channel, The Lit Review, and checked out her book club, basically each month she chooses a theme and you're trying to find it within the cover of a book and read. You can read one book, you can read the whole month in that prompt. You can do like I am, where you're doing like a weekly theme and vlog around it. I think that's what she plans on doing. I just actually saw that she posted her first video for last month in April, and so I'm going to have to go and check her vlog out there. I'm very excited. So yeah, for May, what the theme is illustrated covers, and so I was like, okay, we can do that, that's fun. So I figured we could start with kind of looking at different styles of covers, and I could show you guys some illustrated covers that I have read and enjoyed or not enjoyed or whatever that I have on my bookshelf. So let's take a look at some different styles of covers outside of illustrated. So when I was kind of looking for books, I was like, okay, what kind of themes do we have? So sometimes you might see like a just pattern or something like that on the cover and like the title and middle or something like that. And then I was thinking sometimes you have like some kind of picture or a person's like face and body or something like that. I feel like these are pretty common themes as well. Sometimes you have more of like a landscape picture of some kind. So this is like the beach, maybe something like that. Or you might just have like a really large title in the middle of the page. So some different, things that we could have as our covers. But for illustrated covers, here's a few books that I have read. I will tell you my rating, and there's a few books I don't own that I kind of was just looking through Goodreads, and I was like, okay, what books have I read that are within this area, and do I generally like illustrated cover books or not? So the main one that I thought of first was The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, which I loved. I gave this one 5 stars. Definitely a really good book there. I also have Well Met by Jen DeLuca, and this one was a 5-star read for me as well, so that's starting off well. I don't know if this falls into an illustrated cover or more of a pattern. I don't know, what do you guys think? But The Unhoneymooners was a 5-star for me. Then we have Princess and the Fangirl. This one was only 2 stars for me, so this one did not quite live up to what I was hoping for. I think it's a good book and it would be good for that age group. It didn't click for me. This is a little different than some of those as far as the style goes, but I feel like it's still an illustrated one. And We Are Okay by Nina LaCour, I gave 5 stars as well. Again, one that's maybe like a little different. I don't know if it's fully an illustrated cover, but kind of. It's just a middle grade. This is Small Spaces by Catherine Arden, and I gave this one 5 stars. So that's quite a few 5 stars, but I tend to pick up and buy books that I enjoyed, and so I also went through Goodreads, like I was saying, and kind of checked in there as well. So a few of the books that I saw on there was The Girl Who Speaks Bear, and this one I gave 4 stars. Mooncakes, which I gave 3 stars. House in the Cerulean Sea, which I gave 5 stars. Also Get a Life Chloe Brown, which I gave 4 stars, and Beach Read, which I gave 3 stars. If I Never Met You, and that one I gave 2 stars. I also saw Fix Her Up, which I gave 2 stars. So, I mean, kind of all over the place. I had a good chunk of 5 stars in that area, but I also had some 2s and 3s and a couple 4s. I mean, it's really just everywhere. Having not really figured anything out from going through all of that. we're gonna just talk about the books I'm gonna read for this vlog, and we'll see if that helps me decide if I like to pick up books with illustrated covers or not, or if it's still just kind of be dependent on the book. But our first book that I'm going to talk about is Beartown by Fredrik Backman. This is going to be my first Fredrik Backman book, and I am thoroughly excited. Everybody who reads his books seem to just love them and fall in love with him as an author, and so I'm really excited to see what we've got going on here. My general knowledge of what this book is about is it's based in a small town, and they have a really good hockey team going that's going to go onto championships, and they're doing really well, but one of the members of the hockey team ends up assaulting a young girl, and the whole town just like is freaking out about it because they are very invested in their hockey team, but also obviously we should be taking seriously that a young girl got assaulted. So that's my general understanding of what's going on in this book, and so I'm excited to get to this one. I also am going to be reading Elatsoe, and this is by Darcie Little Badger, and this one sounds really fun, although I'm not really sure what genre it kind of falls into. I have seen it mainly tagged as more of a fantasy. It seems almost magical realism kind of to me, but also I've heard there's kind of a mystery element in there. So I know that we're following Elatsoe, and she has some kind of magical ability. A lot of people within her tribe, I think, have a little, it's not like huge magical powers, but they just have like one magical ability to do something. And I think it's like her cousin or something ends up, they find her dead, and so we're trying to figure out who killed her, and it's in somewhere really cold and snowy. I think maybe Alaska, but I'm not totally sure. And I definitely think the cover is part of what pulls me in. I was looking at it closer for this reading vlog and realized I thought it was like snow drifts all around her, but they're like white wolves. And I was like, that is like the coolest looking cover ever. So that snagged me for sure. So there we go with the illustrated covers. I do think illustrated covers look great. It's a style that I really enjoy on a cover, I will say, and it does pull me in often, so I can see why people choose to use them for their books. And then the third book that I'm going to try to get to this week is I Want to Be Where You Are. And this is by Kristina Forest, and I think the original thing that really drew me into this one, I mean, the cover looks like fun. It just looks like a fun, light read, but also it has to do with a young lady who dances. I think it's ballet, I'm pretty sure. And I really enjoy movies that involve dance, and so I thought maybe I should read books that have that, and this was something that kind of caught my attention in that way. So my general understanding is we have I don't know that she's 18. I think she's possibly younger, but she wants to go to these ballet auditions, and her mom's like, no, you're not going. And so she decides to just get in the car and take off. But her neighbor blackmails her into making him come along with her, and he wants to bring his dog, and he says if she doesn't take him, then she's gonna go tell her mom. And so it's kind of their road trip to get to her auditions, and I think it's like 200 or 300 miles or something of a road trip. I can't exactly remember where they're going or where they're coming from, but we'll find out when I read the book. I will try to update. I try to update around like a quarter of the way into the book, so then I can give you a better synopsis. I actually don't think those synopses were like the worst I've given, so I'm giving myself props a little bit for that. But yeah, I'll update as I'm going along here, and we'll see what I think by the end. Well, hello friends. I started my first book for this vlog, and it's just what I need right now, honestly. I have been reading some darker books, some horror, some mystery, just things that are a little more tense, and I am craving just something lighter, like a romance or something. And so I was starting to listen to Beartown, and I listened to like the first couple chapters, and they started like telling us about each of the characters, and I was like, wait, who are we talking about? Wait, what was their name? And so I decided to get the book physically from my library so I can kind of reference it and make sure that I'm getting some of this, and I just wasn't super feeling like getting into that one. I really want to read it, and I'm going to very soon, but I decided to switch to I Want to Be Where You Are, and I am really enjoying this. It's just a really light YA contemporary romance, and it's just kind of giving me a good break from what I've been reading. I think I'm actually in like the 40% range of being done with this one. It's pretty short audio. It's only like 7 hours, and so I am at the 3-hour mark. And so yeah, just moving through this one. I wouldn't say it's doing anything like fantastic or phenomenal at this point. It's fun because it's just something a little bit lighter for me to get into, but we are following Chloe, and she wants to go to this dance audition, and her mom's like, no, not happening. We are not doing this, because she doesn't want Chloe to go move to New York, basically, is where the company is at, and she would be living alone in New York. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna have my daughter have this happen, like, mm-mm. And so her mom goes on vacation, and Chloe's like, I'm taking a road trip and I'm gonna go do this. And then the neighbor finds out, and they used to be friends, and they no longer talk, but he's like, I need a ride to where you're going. It's way closer, and then I can just catch a train from there. And so they get in the car, and they're going to take this little road trip to, I think it's Washington, D.C. And, you know, shenanigans begin happening. He brings his dog, Geezer, along, and it's just kind of, you know, a fun little contemporary romance from there. I think we're just going to get into some of the nitty-gritty of why they kind of stopped talking and being friends years ago, and a little bit more about what is going on there. So I think some of that depth and a little more intrigue's going to get going here, but right now it's not doing anything like too crazy or different, but I'm enjoying it, so that's kind of where we're at. Hello, Miss Molly Wally. I know. She didn't like that very much. Okay, so I'm here to update you guys on I Want to Be Where You Are by Kristina Forest, and I did finish this one. It was a pretty quick read, very just light and fun YA contemporary romance. I finished it a couple days ago. I just haven't had a chance to update you guys, but I don't think I have a ton more to say. Ooh, the cat's hair is like meh in my face. Basically, it was just, you know, an average, regular contemporary romance. There's nothing that really like stands out to me that, you know, made a big impact. There wasn't anything kind of different with the characters. I was like, oh yeah, that's interesting, or weird in the plot that happened. I mean, it was just, there was nothing wrong with the book, but there just wasn't anything that was outstanding or different about the book either. Ended up throwing it a 3-star because I did enjoy just having kind of a lighter book to read at the moment, but it just didn't do much more than that. So I think it was cute, it was fun, it just wasn't anything like phenomenal or even really that much more than just average. Followed the same kind of equation of regular things that happen, you know, things blow up in your face, and then you have this big climax, and then everybody lives happily ever after. So that's my little update for you guys on that. And I did start Elatsoe on audio, and I'm enjoying that a little bit more than Beartown, but I've only listened to like the first chapter, so I'll update you guys more soon on that one. I just want to get a little more into it, and I think I'm gonna go pick up the book from my library this afternoon, and then I'm also picking up Beartown, so I will have both of those physically and audiobook, so we should be able to move through those both pretty darn quick. So I will talk to you guys soon about those. Hey guys, so it's been a minute, and yeah, we're gonna have a little chat for a second. I think the last time I talked to you, it was like Thursday or Friday. and I finished I Want to Be Where You Are, and I started Barely Elatsoe. Well, now it's Tuesday, and this is supposed to go up tomorrow, and it was quite a weekend. It was like draining in every way. I was mentally drained. I had my final yesterday on Monday, and so I was, just trying to study and just be prepared for that. So I had some mental drain going on, and I started a new workout program a couple weeks ago, and so I've been trying to adjust to that and some of the nutrition program that goes with it. And so by Saturday, working out all week, an hour a day, I was just physically drained as well. And then, the emotional drain came, and that's where it just really kicked my butt. I had some stuff going on in my family, and pretty much all day Sunday, I just needed to be with my family and there to support them and help them and talk to them. And, I don't regret doing that in any way. I'm glad that I was able to be there for my family as much as possible in some of these tough things that are going on in my family right now. But that basically means that I didn't want to vlog this weekend. I didn't really want to read because I couldn't focus on anything. And when I was trying to focus, I was trying to study. I was so tired. It didn't happen very much. Things did not happen, and so this vlog, obviously took a different route, and that's fine because that's the way life is. Yesterday was Monday. I had my final in the morning, and I just was so drained from the weekend. I was so tired, and I was just trying to do some little things because I just was like, I need to do a little bit of stuff, but I just didn't really get a ton of reading in. I read a little bit of Elatsoe yesterday. Actually, I read a good chunk of Elatsoe yesterday. And yeah, I was so tired. But today I woke up, I was feeling better, more energized, just taking a little bit quieter day yesterday, and I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good, things are moving and grooving, and I'm ready to kind of get moving and do some stuff. So I don't know if more of these familial things will come around here soon. I'm sure they will. It's just this week, I think I can get moving and grooving for a little bit, and that's what we're gonna do. But essentially, since there's been no vlogging during all of that, and I don't think I would have been giving you guys coherent thoughts anyways, I have some updates. So yesterday, like I said, I did actually get to read some of Elatsoe. I pretty much listened to it on audio. That was the way I could sink into it and focus on it the most. And then I finished it up this morning. So that's this guy here by Darcie Little Badger. And so, yeah, this guy's done. So second book down, woohoo! And basically this book, oh my gosh, I was thinking about this. I was like, how do I even categorize this book? It has so many different elements into it. It's kind of written in a kind of contemporary way, but then also has this like whodunit mystery kind of thing where we're trying to, not even a whodunit, but just like it has a mystery element to it, I should say. And I have definitely been enjoying mysteries lately, but then there's also kind of this fantastical side as well with some supernatural stuff going on. But it's not like fully fantasy, and so it's kind of in that more magical realism kind of realm. It had a lot going on in here. Very interesting. I will say, like, originally I thought, before I really like looked at the cover, that it was like snow going all around Elatsoe here. And then when I got it and was looking at it more closely online, actually before I even got the book, I was like, oh, they're like wolves or dogs, or, I thought they were wolves. I'm pretty sure that it's a dog now that I've read the book. But I was like, maybe it's still supposed to kind of look like snow. I don't think so, because this is definitely set in Texas and in a desert area of Texas, and it's hot. And so I guess I don't know. I thought it was going to be more snowy, and it wasn't, which is fine. Like, it fit better into the weather that's warming up, and I really enjoyed that element. How do I describe a synopsis for this book? I think the best way really to describe it is we have this America that is very similar to ours, but like slightly different. We still have people who, a lot of them are like indigenous people who have these other magical abilities. Like Elatsoe, she can kind of raise the dead in a way to be able to kind of interact and talk with them. And her friend Jay, he can like make a ball of light, and there's just some other elements like that. There's also like some fantastical creatures like vampires and coyotes that can shapeshift into people, and just some stuff going on there as well. So you've kind of got that element in there, but basically Elatsoe, her cousin, ends up dying, and they are calling it a car accident, but her cousin comes to her and says, no, it wasn't a car accident. And so using her gifts, she goes with her parents, and they are trying to figure out what actually happened to her cousin and, you know, solve this mystery in a lot of ways. I have to say, like, one of my favorite parts about this book was the way that it was written. I thought it was just so well done, and it brought me into the story. It was really beautifully written, and there was some stories they were telling about, like Elatsoe, some of her sixth great grandma, some stories about her and how she used her powers to help people, and just different like stories about her tribe. So she's Lipan Apache, and so they would be telling more about kind of their culture and stuff, and I found that really interesting, and I really enjoyed that. And also talking about the magic and, you know, having to use it responsibly. And there was also some talk about being judged because she isn't white, and that she always feels like she gets a lot of like side looks and stuff like that. And I don't know, it had some great conversation pieces, but then also was just kind of enjoyable, and you were just along for the ride, and it had so many fun elements, and it worked. Like, sometimes when you have too many things going into a story, you're like, there was too many things the author was trying to do, but I think she did a great job of just making it all work. I gave it 4 stars, and I really enjoyed it. Also, the chapter headers all have this beautiful art illustrated. It's by Rovina Cai, C-A-I. And so that was, you know, I would sometimes go in here, even though I was doing the audiobook, just to kind of peek at some of the pretty pictures and illustrations and stuff. I'm trying to find another one for you. Like that guy. So anyways, that is Elatsoe. So that was the second book that I finished. And then I also had planned on reading Beartown for this vlog by Fredrik Backman. And I am currently on page 37, chapter 6. I originally started the audio for this, and there's a lot of different characters, and I was getting a little lost after a couple chapters. So I stopped. I don't know that I was fully in the mood for it either. So that's when I switched to Elatsoe, and I'm glad I did. I feel like I'm more in the mood for this now, but I don't know how much I'm going to be able to physically read it today. I think it's going to be a lot of audio. So I actually restarted it for the first couple chapters. I hadn't been far into it. And so I am trying to pay attention to the names and different stuff. So that's just a little confusing, and I'm hoping that it'll just get better as we get going. But I plan on doing some grocery shopping today, and I will just throw my earbuds in when I'm at the grocery store and listen, which is nice when I don't have to have my little one. I can do that, and I can listen while I'm driving back and forth. So I think I should get a good chunk in then, and I might be able to like listen while I'm making dinner tonight. So I think I might be able to get a good chunk into this. I don't know if I'll finish it for this vlog though. So we're gonna try though. We're gonna try really hard. I think maybe possibly I can. I wasn't thinking that I was going to finish any of these on Monday. Like, I was just so drained, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna like have to end this vlog and I'm gonna be like, I read one book, woohoo! And yeah, the book covered book club wasn't gonna go so good this month, but you know what? I'm making it happen, and I think technically we're out of like the week that we're supposed to be doing this in, but it's okay. It's flexible, right? Life sometimes has to happen. So I guess I can give you a brief synopsis. I'm a little bit into the book. Basically, so far we are in Beartown, and it's like this really small little town, and they basically are just all about hockey, and they haven't had a good ice hockey team in a long time, and they do now, and they're really like banking on this ice hockey team to kind of help them in their community and their keeping people there, and what's the commerce. So they're thinking like, oh, if we can get a good team, maybe they'll put like this new hockey school here, and we can like get a shopping mall going, and just it's going to bring in people, and then our town can keep going, and you know, people won't leave. They're in such a remote area that it's not, you know, for everybody. And so we're kind of meeting some of the different people in this town, some of the players on the ice hockey team, the coaches, the general manager, some of their families, and just kind of getting some background. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment with it. We're just really, this town is all about the ice hockey, and we're following this team, and I don't know, I love small town vibes. So that's kind of fun and cute. So we'll see how this goes, and I'll let you guys know more maybe after I go grocery shopping. I'll give you an update because I should get a good chunk of listening in at that point. Well, hello. I am back from grocery shopping, and I forgot my list when I went grocery shopping today. Got there and went, oh, dang. And I'm trying to eat healthier and do some different things, and so I looked up recipes and wrote down things I needed. So I was going through the store just like, can I remember everything? I don't know. Anyways, I did make it, you know, somewhat into our lovely book here. Let me not be holding this. Let's see. Okay, so Beartown. Where did I get to? I got to chapter 16, which is at about 120 pages in. I think it said like 30% on the audiobook, so I'm getting in there a little bit. I would say, like, plot-wise, not a lot has happened yet. We basically, like, a lot of it right now is learning about the characters on the teams, the parents, the coaches, all that. Like I was saying earlier, we're still kind of doing that and really getting to know their background and their life. We definitely have, like, our big star on the team, and his parents are all about being successful and just don't seem very loving, but you know, he has his own private like hockey rink to practice in at his house, and they live in this huge mansion, so he's kind of got that rich boy, but parents only care about him being successful kind of vibe going on. And then we have Amit, and he is one of the younger ones, and he's brought up to the junior team, and his mom like works at the ice rink, and she has a job like as a janitor there, and so he's kind of like, you know, he's smaller and dorkier. And then we're getting to know like the general manager of the ice hockey team and his daughter and his family, and just there's so many different people, and we're getting to know a lot about all of them. And we are coming up on, tonight is the semifinals, and everybody's just like, we're gonna win and it's gonna happen. And then, you know, obviously the finals will be after that, I'm guessing. So we'll see how the big game goes, and that's kind of where I'm at with that. So while I was out as well, I did pick up a couple books at the thrift store. So I found Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I don't know what about this actually intrigues me. It sounds like really odd and weird, but I remember somebody was just like, it's so good, and to read it, and I'm pretty sure it's like a Greek kind of retelling. It says, for readers of Neil Gaiman's The Ocean at the End of the Lane and fans of Madeline Miller's Circe. I didn't really like The Ocean at the End of the Lane, so hopefully that's not totally in here. And Circe I'm actually going to be reading here really soon. So Piranesi introduces an astonishing new world, an infinite labyrinth full of startling images and surreal beauty, haunted by the tides and the clouds. I don't know, I just remember hearing about it, and I feel like it's really well rated, but it's also kind of weird and odd. And there's like just, you're within these walls of this big labyrinth or something, I don't know. So I found that, and then I found a bunch of C.S. Lewis's books from the Chronicles of Narnia. I'm really bummed because I'm missing one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. So I'm missing number 5, but they were in pretty good condition, and you know, like they just are really nice ones. They're like scholastic ones. There's some pictures in them, it looks like. Just little drawings kind of mixed in there as well. I was looking a while back to try and maybe find a collection of these. I used to have like the bind up of all of them together, and it had like this big lion's face for Aslan on the front, and I ended up getting rid of it, and now I'm like totally mad that I did. So here's the second one, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Number 3, The Horse and His Boy. Number 4, Prince Caspian. That one's a little thicker, that's for sure. And then skipping to number 6, The Silver Chair. And number 7, The Last Battle. So I remember really enjoying reading these when I was younger, and I remember liking, I think it was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, of course, and I think it was number 5. That's the one on the ship, I believe. I can't think of the name of it. Voyage of the Dawn Treader. There it is. I didn't totally love the way that it ended. I remember that. And the first one, before The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, was kind of like meh. So, I mean, they're a mix, but they're pretty like fast little reads, especially when they're just broken up into these little things. I don't know. So, yeah, I would say my favorite cover, probably for nostalgia reasons, is this one, but this one's kind of cool. Like the unicorn's got like blood dripping off there, and I don't know. Oh yeah, it says on the back, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. That's the one we are missing. So I'll have to track that one down. But anyways, that's my little update for you guys. All right, guys, it's time to wrap this vlog up. I feel like I am trying to get this vlogging thing down a little bit better. It's something that I just don't feel like I'm super great at, and it's just something I'm just trying to figure out still, and I really want to be able to finish all the books that I'm saying I'm going to finish for these vlogs, and I just have not been super successful with that lately in the last couple vlogs, but you know, life is busy. What can you say, right? So I'm working on it and trying to time these things better and figuring out all of this stuff. So just bear with me a little bit, guys, because we're gonna get there. You would think that like vlogging would be one of the easier type videos to make, but they're just not as easy as you think. Because you got like changing lighting, and you got this going on and that, and I don't know. It's a little more complex than that. But anyways, I'm here to wrap things up. So I read I Want to Be Where You Are, which was a little YA contemporary romance. It was okay. I gave it 3 stars, and that one was fun. And then we had Elatsoe by Darcie Little Badger. Really, really enjoyed this one. Beautiful writing, just kind of a fun, different mystery with magical realism kind of a story. And I gave this one 4 stars. I definitely would say it's a high 4 stars. And we worked on getting through Beartown by Fredrik Backman, and so I have officially made it to page 193, chapter 24. I'm about halfway through, almost halfway through this book, and I wish I could have finished this one, but I probably will end up finishing it maybe later today. It just didn't happen. So last time I talked to you guys, we were coming up on the semifinals game. I had a feeling that also that was when the rape was going to happen. This book, I know, centers around that and how people are going to react with this ice hockey team and having a young girl get raped by one of the star players, and that did happen, and it was heartbreaking. I have to say, I can understand when people say that, you know, Fredrik Backman has a way of creating these characters that you really feel for and you feel connected to, and his writing is very strong. Like, it's very impactful. I'm like, literally, I'm halfway through this book, and we took so much time getting to know the characters in the beginning that I felt so much for the characters. Athena. So yeah, that was a rough scene, and I think that, you know, you definitely, with this book, I would look up trigger warnings and know that there are some darker elements to this book. And now it's time to kind of deal with the aftermath, and, you know, we're starting to kind of delve into that, but that's kind of where I'm at this point. And I just want to hug this young girl and just do anything I can for her, basically. But yeah, my heart's a little broken by this at the moment, so we'll see where this goes. I'm sure I will be talking about it soon in my mid-month wrap-up. I intend to get that up pretty soon here, and I should hopefully have it done by the time I'm doing that. Otherwise, it'll be in my wrap-up at the end of the month. So that's where this vlog's going to end. Sorry, it's kind of a sad note, but I mean, let's see. Did we learn anything about illustrated covers? No. We started this vlog talking about illustrated covers, and I had such a mix of different reviews from 2 stars to 5 stars, and I kind of had that again. I had a 3-star, I had a 4-star, and then I don't know about Beartown yet, but yeah, I guess it doesn't really necessarily affect if I'm going to like a book or not if it has an illustrated cover. It's really about the contents on the inside. They always say, don't judge a book by its cover. I suppose that's why, huh? Anyways, I will talk to you guys really soon. Hope you guys will subscribe, and I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and happy reading.